Welcome to Confession Room Files, where we uncover the darkest minds and examine the most chilling confessions from some of the world's most infamous criminals. In this episode, we take a close look at the interrogation of Eriese Tisdale, a man who gunned down Sergeant Gary Morales during a routine traffic stop in 2013. This confrontation turned deadly when Tisdale, fearing the consequences of being pulled over, chose to pull out a weapon instead of complying. As the interrogation unfolds, Tisdale recounts the moments leading up to the shooting, attempting to justify his actions by claiming fear and self-preservation. His evasive answers, troubling detachment, and attempts to rationalize the crime offer a glimpse into the mindset of a person whose decision cost a life. Stay with us as we delve into Tisdale's narrative, break down his words, and analyze the psychology behind his choices. Don't forget to subscribe to Confession Room Files for more deep dives into the most chilling criminal minds. Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the discussion.
My present life is gone. My former life.
What do you mean by that?
I'm here, basically. And so, meaning that when I say that is basically, I'm aware of the road ahead of me.
Look, buddy, you told the deputy that you came down with that we don't know your story. That's what we're here to hear.
Okay.
We want your story. That's all.
My story is, I don't have a license. And basically, I have a baby on the way. My girlfriend is pregnant. And I just went to the store just to get her something. The officer came and almost cut me off with the lights. Kind of ran me and tried to stop me or whatever. And I just didn't stop. And then by the time I did stop, he was like, "Get out of the car." And I was like, "For what?" And then other things happened. I'll just leave it at that. But
He was in his car. He was out of his car.
he got out of the car. First he kind of pulled me over. He kind of forced me to pull over. And then he got out of the car and was like, "Get out of the car." You know what I mean? He was like, "You didn't see the lights, get out of the car." And I did get out of the car. I left. And then
Because you were afraid about your license.
I was afraid about a lot of things. But
Tisdale is evasive about the full reason why he was afraid of being stopped by Morales. It is illegal to drive without a license, but if he had done something else to warrant arrest, he may have feared that the police had evidence of a more serious crime.
That's what I want to hear. That's what we want to hear. What was you thinking? You know why he was stopping you?
that's maybe because he was dreads, black guy in the neighborhood. Maybe he didn't have any kind of nothing he can look forward. Maybe he didn't have nowhere to be. Maybe he thought I was suspicious. I don't know. But I seen lights.
Did you feel like he was harassing you? Is that what you're saying?
Basically.
Okay, I got you.
Basically, that was the whole thing. It was. I was doing nothing. I came from the store. I was driving.
What road were you on when he got behind you?
Canna.
Canna? Okay. You headed towards US 1? Or headed the other way?
Heading towards
Headed towards US 1? Okay. What store did you go to?
I was just going around towards the by the 7-Eleven. Went in and then when I turned around, he was coming. And it was he was by the church over there on Tanner, and he made a U-turn. And
You weren't drinking or nothing. You hadn't been doing nothing wrong, right? Is that no drinking, no drugs? You weren't driving erratic, right? So tell me, what do you think he pulled you over for? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I have no idea.
Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yeah.
The tags on the car all good, up to
He
date?
didn't even get a chance to see my tag.
No.
By the time I turned in, he was coming this way, and he made a U-turn.
So you think he just kind of
I
saw
don't know
you
if
turn?
maybe I was just driving a little too, maybe I wasn't, maybe I was just,
Yeah, right.
I had a window open, I was just driving and he, whoop,
Tint on the window, loud music,
tint,
nothing.
that's probably the thing, no tint, window was down. Hey, black guy riding around, old school Corolla, you know what I mean? Hey, let me just check him, let me just see what's going on here. And, like I said, I don't want to incriminate myself.
Tisdale opens the interview portraying himself as a victim of harassment, showcasing cognitive distortion, a psychological mechanism used to rationalize behavior and minimize guilt. He insists his actions were driven by fear and self-preservation, yet his vague and inconsistent narrative suggests guilt or an attempt to manipulate interrogators. His repeated claims of feeling in danger reveal paranoia, possibly stemming from past experiences or distrust of authority. Strikingly, his calm recounting of the violent events contrasts sharply with the nature of his actions, exposing a lack of empathy or remorse. This dissonance paints a troubling psychological profile where rationalization and evasion dominate his perspective.
Anything because...
Yeah, no, we understand.
It's basically... That's what happened, you know what I mean? I didn't do anything wrong. Well, basically, I didn't approach him. He approached me for a random reason that didn't have anything to do with traffic violation. It didn't have anything to do with driving the wrong way. It didn't have anything to do with, you know, me doing something outside of what I'm supposed to be doing on the road.
Right.
That's all that happened.
And all he said to you when you got out of the car, get out of the car, did you see the lights?
He put the lights, get out of the car.
Like on a speaker thing?
No, he got out of the car, was like, get out of the car. Like, he pulled me over and was like, you like, get out of the car. And you know, I don't have a good, somebody forcing me to get out of my current place is not something that works well with me, you know what I mean? First, you know, and that's, I'm just leave it at that. I wasn't doing anything criminally wrong. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't doing anything criminally wrong. I wasn't doing anything traffic violation besides, you know, like I said, I'm working on getting my license. I'm getting a DUI, taking a DUI class, or not DUI, but like the traffic class to get my license and everything situated. But I was working on it. I've been paying tickets, and you know, I just went to court last week. The judge was like, okay, when you bring that paperwork in, you know, you're fine. So I mean, I'm not really supposed to be driving.
But it's only a misdemeanor.
Yeah, a misdemeanor.
Right?
And
no, I mean, you had no drugs in the car. You didn't have anything to be
drugs.
worried about. The worst thing he could have done is give you a ticket for a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license, or I guess you could take
or the
you
worst
for that.
thing he could have did was
Arrest you for that.
or said, what the hell are you doing, get out of the car, and shot me down, or anything, or...
Tell me, that's an interesting comment you made.
I mean,
tell me why you think like that.
Because you know, it's just, it's not... Alright, I'm going to say it like this, and like I said, I know you're probably recording. Are you guys recording?
Yeah, of course.
I know you're recording. I have respect for law enforcement. I have respect for, you know, authority. But it's just, danger is danger. If you feel that you're in danger, you're in danger. Period. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Now, I didn't see him. I was not even nowhere near him. I didn't see you till I walked in here. It was the first time I ever saw you. I was 30 miles away when all this went down this morning. How was he dressed?
Like an officer.
He was in his uniform? He wasn't in, like, raid gear like Cass would wear or anything like that?
No, I seen a gun. That's what I seen.
Okay, was it in his hand or in his holster?
I just seen a gun, man. I'm going to leave it at that.
When he walked up to you mean?
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
That's, you know what I mean? Like I said, certain things I will answer, certain things I won't.
Okay,
I have a
we
lawyer,
respect that.
You know, but,
all you got to do...
Tell me what am I charged? What am I charged?
All you got to do is tell us whenever you don't want to talk. I want to make sure you're clear about that. We're just trying... You told the deputy you want to tell your story. We want to give you that opportunity.
That's all. The only thing to my story is I'm here and I wasn't doing anything criminally wrong.
I mean, I'm looking at you. You're sober. You don't. I don't think you've been drinking or on any kind of drugs, right? You don't have. You have mental issues. You don't have any mental health, right?
No mental.
I mean, you're smart. You go to high school?
No, graduated in 25.
Well, I know. I'm not saying now, but did you go?
Yeah, graduated high school.
Where'd you go to high school?
At William T. Dwyer, in Jupiter also.
Dwyer grad. Now, what are you doing up? How long you been up here?
For some years, but that's just migrated. That's a long story. But
all right, Dwyer. Did you go to college too?
Am I charged with anything or? Obviously, I'm charged with anything.
Obviously, you're under arrest.
Under arrest.
We haven't exactly worked out what the charges are yet, but obviously you're under arrest.
Okay. How does that work? For like, how long will I be in here, or where will I be going?
I can't say how long you're going to be in here.
Is it like
and you'll be going to the sentencing
book,
county jail,
right? I'll
right?
be booked in as some kind of charge against me.
Why would you say murder?
Not murder or a shooting or whatever.
Fleeing and eluding.
Fleeing and eluding, whatever attempted murder, whatever.
As the interrogation progresses, Tisdale's statements become increasingly contradictory. While claiming to respect law enforcement, he simultaneously reveals a profound distrust and fear, hinting at antisocial tendencies and an inflated sense of self-preservation. When questioned about the shooting, he frames it as survival, using language like, "I wanted to breathe another day." This reflects a primal, self-centered mindset, devoid of moral reasoning. His inability to provide a coherent narrative suggests either a lack of insight or an intentional effort to obscure the truth. These patterns of rationalization and deflection highlight low emotional regulation and a deeply concerning psychological state.
Tell me what I'm being detained for. It can be for driving, it can be for fleeing and looting, it can be for anything. So obviously you're trying to put something on me, so if that was the case, then you should ask why I did what I did, you would ask, what I did, why I did what I did, or whatever, I don't know what the detectives like to ask, because you haven't even told me what I'm charged with.
We haven't asked you that. Why did you do what you did?
Because I was in fear of my life, and I wanted to be able to breathe another day, or just be able to not be put in a position of be at the disposal of another human being, for something I had no, I don't know, the way he approached me, man, was so abrasive, it was or so aggressive, with all his armor, body armor on.
Why didn't you keep driving after the first stop? So you stopped the first time, and then you take off, and that's fleeing and eluding, big deal, okay? You take off. Why did you stop that second time? Why didn't you just keep going?
He made me stop. He forced me to stop. He rammed my car.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he rammed my car.
He hit your car?
Yeah, he ran me off of the road while I'm just trying to.
Gotcha.
That's
why we're here. We're just trying to understand.
I know it's not like you're trying to help me, obviously.
No.
But you're just trying, obviously, but you're trying to get.
We're trying to get the facts. We're trying to get the facts. You said several times that we're trying to put stuff on you. That's not the case.
Okay.
We're trying to gather the facts so we can put the puzzle together.
Okay.
All the pieces are there. We just got to put it together.
What you got to remember that is at some point in time in the future, you're going to want to tell your story. Mm-hmm. And if your story doesn't match up with what the evidence out there shows, then that's not good. So this is the best time for you to tell your story is when it's right here fresh in your mind. Because in 6 months or a year or 18 months, you're going to be like, man,
That's all I have to say is just, I was in fear of my life. Period, man.
All right. Can we talk about you? If we don't talk about that for a minute, can we talk about you? Where you're living, who you're living with, your girlfriend?
I don't have nothing else to talk about that. And just, until y'all can tell me what's going on, outside of this room. I don't know.
Well, and we're investigating. Truthfully, we don't know exactly what all's going on yet.
What do you want to know? If we can tell you, we'll tell. When you
take me to the county jail, what am I going to be booked, or what charges am I facing?
All right, let me. What do you think? What do you think we're going to arrest you for?
I don't know.
Just take a guess. Take a guess.
I would like for you to tell me that, please, if you don't mind.
Okay. Did you discharge a firearm today?
Can you
Well, I'm trying to give you a clue.
I don't have a law book, so I don't know.
Okay.
What statute?
Let's start at the bottom. Driving with no license.
Mm-hmm. Which is where the whole thing started.
Fleeing to elude a law enforcement officer. That was the second step in the process. Okay. For sure. Okay. And what do you think after that?
I would like for you to tell me.
Okay. Shooting at a police officer. Let's quit playing games. Shooting at a police officer. You're going to be arrested for that.
That's the charge that I'm going to
Yeah, you're going to be arrested for shooting at a police officer.
Eriese Tisdale's interrogation reveals more than his version of events. It offers a chilling insight into a mindset that seeks to rationalize the unjustifiable. His contradictions, lack of remorse, and attempts to justify his actions underscore the psychological intricacies behind violent crimes. This case serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of decisions made in fear or anger and highlights the importance of understanding criminal psychology, not to excuse, but to uncover the factors driving such acts. Thank you for watching Confession Room Files. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think motivated Tisdale's actions? Until next time, stay curious, critical, and safe.